Greenland. Greenland is a wonderful place. We need it for international security. And I'm sure that Denmark will come along. I think it's costing them a lot of money to maintain it, to keep it. The people of Greenland are not happy with Denmark, as you know. I think they're happy with us. We had representatives, my son and representatives went up there 2 weeks ago, and they like us. So we'll see what happens. But Greenland is necessary, not for us, it's necessary for international security. You have Russian boats all over the place, you have China boats all over the place, warships, and they can't maintain it.
I think he undermines Denmark, and he doesn't, he thinks it's going to be easy he can just buy Greenland.
Primarily that Greenland should decide over Greenland. If they want a collaboration with the States, it's fine. I think that Denmark, we don't have the resources to develop Greenland, but Greenland should decide over Greenland.
I don't think they're gonna let USA buy Greenland. I think they're glad to have Greenland.
Greenland is not something you can occupy and take, not without military force or with the sanctions or what is it called, tariffs. But Greenland is their own, and they should decide over themselves. So I don't necessarily agree with Trump on that one. I agree with him on a lot of other topics, but not that one.
I think they're gonna let the things pass, because I think we have a vision of Trump as a man who says a lot of things, and I don't know, he has a lot of projects, and I don't think it's gonna be possible to do all of his projects.
I mean, I covered Danish politics for 12 years before becoming a news editor here, and I think there are a lot of contingency plans for what will happen in certain, scenarios with threats from abroad. But I don't think that, the fact that the US would actually push for control over Danish territory was one of those contingency plans. That being said, this is nothing new. Donald Trump suggested in 2019 to the current Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen that he wanted to buy Greenland. It's unprecedented territory. We haven't seen before a NATO ally, threatening another NATO ally, in this case Denmark, and Danish territory in Greenland. So in that matter, it is quite unprecedented and something that's never been seen before. And the government is scrambling to find out how it should respond, because on the one hand it wants to still cooperate with the US. At the same time, it wants to stand firm on the fact that Greenland is, first of all, of course, for the Greenlandic people to decide whether or not it wants to be independent or whether or not it wants to have allegiance to Denmark or to the US. But then again, also, this is also a matter for the Danish Parliament to decide whether or not Greenland should be, offered or given away to a different country. I mean, it's something that nobody thought they had to deal with.
Why am I wearing the Trump hat? Because he says America first. I wish we had a Trump here in Denmark. He fights a lot of things. The establishment, wokeness especially.
I don't think we like Trump that much. I think he has a very opposite values and ideas of the Danish population. And I don't think he would be near elected in Denmark.
If you do an opinion poll on Trump in Denmark, I mean, Donald Trump is extremely unpopular. American right-wing politics are extremely. The Republican Party is extremely unpopular in Denmark. Not that we can vote for them, or not. But you always have these fringes of the political spectrum that, of course, see some light in the idea that you could have this mythological figure almost from the right wing that could come and really revolutionize almost Danish politics. And we've had them throughout the years in Denmark on specifically the right wing. We had a party called Stram Kurs with Rasmus Paludan who tried, failed miserably, only got about maybe 1.5–2% of the vote.
I think we could learn a lot from Trump. And he's protecting the American people, and there's a lot of, I'm not saying everybody is a criminal who comes south of the border, but there are some major problems, and we have some problems in Denmark as well, and I think we could learn a lot from Trump.
Well, you saw coming into this newspaper that you had to go through some security controls, and if you turn back time almost 20 years to 2005, 2006, we had the cartoon crisis where our sister paper, Jyllandsposten, published some cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad, and that turned into a major international crisis where Denmark was boycott, or Danish products were boycott in the Middle East, Danish flags were burned in the streets, and that was at that time talked about to be the biggest international crisis since the Second World War. But I think this almost sort of exceeds what happened back then.